Hi. Today, I am going to explain a sci-fi/crime thriller movie called Minor Report. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie starts with the introduction of a department called the Department of Pre-Crime. In this department, the police use a special program to stop crimes before they even happen. Inside the department's building, there's a pool filled with a special type of water. In this water, we see 3 individuals with psychic powers, and they're called psychics. These psychics can sense crimes before they take place. Basically, they see future crimes in their minds. The police have connected the minds of these psychics to their computers, so they can see what the psychics see and stop the crimes ahead of time. This means they know exactly who is going to commit a murder and who the victim will be. Once the police catch a criminal, they paralyze them. The head of this department is a man named John. Sometimes, even after a crime has already happened, the psychics still get visions of it. But these afterthought visions are deleted from the system. John is great at his job, but he's a lonely man because his wife divorced him. She blames him for their child's disappearance. The next day at work, John meets an officer named Danny. Danny accuses the department of arresting people before they've actually committed a crime. He says, what if they change their mind at the last moment? John tries to explain that the psychics can see the future, and that they only arrest those who show up in the psychic's visions. But Danny isn't convinced. Later, John goes into the room with the psychics, and one of them, Agatha, suddenly grabs his hand. She has a vision of a man killing a woman. This crime had already been solved, and normally such visions would be deleted. But because Agatha keeps having this vision, John becomes suspicious. He tries to look into the case on the computer, but finds that there's no data on the woman or the man involved in the crime. This discovery shocks John. After that, John goes to his boss's house and tells him that someone erased all the data from the case. His boss advises him to keep quiet about it for now, because the program is about to launch nationwide next week. Meanwhile, Danny is busy searching John's house. At John's house, Danny finds a lot of drugs and decides to arrest him. The next day, when John reaches the office, the psychics have a vision of John killing someone. John and his colleague watch this vision, and his friend tells him to run away. As John is escaping the department, Danny shows up to arrest him. Just as Danny is about to arrest him, John manages to escape. Later, we see John visiting a doctor, and it's revealed that this is the same doctor who created the pre-crime program. John asks her about the program, and she explains that about 10 years ago, a drug was introduced that led to children being born weak. But these children had a unique ability. They could see future events. Most of these children died, except for the 3 psychics who are now used to solve crimes. The doctor also tells John that Agatha, one of the 3 psychics, is different. Sometimes, she has unique visions, and if a criminal changes their mind at the last second, the event Agatha sees happen. These visions are called minority reports, and they are deleted as soon as they appear, so the public doesn't find out about them. The doctor tells John that if a minority report was generated in his case, he needs to find it. John asks, "But didn't you say they're deleted?" The doctor replies, "Yes, they're erased from the computer, but they remain in Agatha's mind." After this, John goes to another doctor and asks for an eye transplant, because his department can track him using his eyes. After the surgery, John takes his old eyes with him and uses them to get back into his department. With the help of his colleague, John starts downloading all the information from Agatha's mind. While the download is happening, Agatha suddenly rises from the water and grabs John's hand. She has the same vision again, of a man killing a woman. During the download, Danny shows up to arrest John, forcing him to stop halfway and escape with Agatha. John takes Agatha to a hacker to scan her mind, and here he learns that Agatha did not generate a minority report for John's case, meaning John will kill that man. Suddenly, Agatha has the same vision again, where a man is killing a woman, but this time, the vision is much clearer. Just as John is about to see the face of the killer, the police arrive at his house, and he has to escape with Agatha once more. As John and Agatha are walking, they see a billboard that looks just like the vision Agatha had. This means John is getting closer to the man he is supposed to kill. They enter a building that was also part of Agatha's vision. As they approach the room where John is supposed to commit the murder, Agatha tries to stop him, but John insists that he wants to test the system. When they enter the room, John sees several photos of children on the bed, and one of the photos is of his daughter. John realizes that the man in the room is the kidnapper who took his daughter. At that moment, the kidnapper walks in and John starts attacking him. The kidnapper admits that he was the one who kidnapped John's daughter. But before he could sell her, she died in an accident. John, consumed with rage, points his gun at the kidnapper. Agatha tries to stop John from shooting, and in the midst of the chaos, the exact time passes when Agatha's vision was supposed to come true. The kidnapper then tells John, "Go ahead, kill me. But I'm not really the kidnapper. Someone hired me to kidnap your daughter. Someone is framing you." He then kills himself before John can react. John, shocked and confused, escapes with Agatha and goes to his ex-wife's house. Meanwhile, Danny and his team arrive at the crime scene, and Danny starts to suspect that someone is framing John. He calls John's boss and asks him to meet at John's house. At the house, Danny finds Agatha's new, clear vision recorded on a tape. As Danny watches it, John's boss comments that it's the same as the earlier vision. But Danny points out that the flow of water and air in the vision is reversed, meaning someone hired a man to kill the woman just as Agatha saw it. The killer kept trying to recreate the vision so no one would suspect it was a real murder. Danny tells John's boss that someone in their department wanted this woman dead. At this point, John's boss shoots Danny, revealing that he is the one behind the woman's murder. Now with Danny dead, the blame will also fall on John. John, feeling trapped, remembers that he had been investigating Agatha's recurring vision of a man killing a woman. He asks Agatha why this vision keeps appearing. Agatha finally reveals the truth. The woman in her vision is her mother. Agatha's mother was at a rehab center when Agatha was born, and the center was run by the same doctor who created the pre-crime program. Agatha's mother had been addicted to a drug that caused children to be born weak. When Agatha was born, the doctor made her part of the pre-crime program. Later, when Agatha's mother got better and wanted her back, the people at the rehab center refused to return her. Agatha's mind was too valuable, and the entire pre-crime program was based on her visions. So they killed her mother. Just as John is about to ask who murdered Agatha's mom, the police arrive and arrest both John and Agatha. Agatha is taken back and placed in the pool with the other psychics. Meanwhile, John's wife goes to his boss's house and tells him that someone is trying to frame John, and it has to do with the woman who was killed. John's boss promises to find out who the killer is and walks away. But John's wife quickly realizes that the killer must be John's boss himself. After he leaves, she searches his room and finds a box containing John's gun and his eyeballs. She takes the eyes and heads straight to the pre-crime department. Using John's eyes to bypass the security scan, she gets inside and forces a guard at gunpoint to release John. At the same time, John's boss is at a grand party celebrating the success of the pre-crime program, which is about to be launched nationwide. He stands to make a lot of money from this expansion. Suddenly, Agatha has another vision of her mother's murder, but this time the killer's face is clear. It's John's boss. The department immediately broadcasts this vision to everyone at the party, and the guests are shocked to see the truth. John's boss, realizing what has happened, tries to quietly slip away. But then one of the other psychics has a vision of John's boss shooting John. John confronts him and tells him he's trapped. "If you kill me, you'll go to jail. But if you don't, I'll expose your entire program as flawed." Realizing there's no way out, John's boss decides to shoot himself. Before dying, he asks John for forgiveness. With the evidence in hand, the government shuts down the entire pre-crime department. Agatha and the other two psychics are freed and return to living normal lives. John also reunites with his wife, and together they start fresh. And with that, the film comes to an end. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.